What did you call it?
Birrio cart.
Birrio cart?
Yes. So,
okay, so I was like, what's... I couldn't, like, hear what you, like, said.
And it's not my original idea. It's from a streamer that I really like to watch named Ludwig. So he did a whole tournament with all his friends. Again, Birrio cart. If anybody hasn't heard of Birrio cart, this is how it works. I'll explain it to Ryan a little bit. Play a Grand Prix of Mario Kart, so you know that it's 4 races each. And basically what happens is you and 3 other people, so the 4 of you, while you're racing, you have a beer that you have to finish before you're done with the race.
Right.
But the thing is, you cannot drink and drive, so you can choose either to chug it all at the beginning, you can sip on it throughout, or you can get to the finish line, stop before, and chug it.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, it doesn't count as a win unless it's completely done. So, and we found the tactic to be literally pop it open and just chug that sucker.
But you're doing it with soda, right?
We're doing it with soda because we were going to drink because I'm like, I have to drive, my friends have to drive, so we're like, ain't going to risk it. But it's so fuzzy. Like, you're drinking that thing, you're like, you can barely get it down.
That sounds harder, actually, like, because of the carbonation, than if you were doing it with beer.
For the most part.
Because beer is carbonated, but not heavily.
And we were doing like a Sprite rip-off too, because it was like actually like $10 for like a 12-pack, and we're like, screw that, we're gonna get the knockoff 3 for $12, a lot better.
So you're like burning your esophagus all the way down with all the carbonation.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Yeah, because I've tried to like drink a Topo Chico fast, because I'm thirsty, and I'm just like, no, I was just like, first off, the gas, you start burping it up, right? And you're just like, I just started thinking like, there's no way. Like, I mean, some people do chug soda, I guess. Like, I do, like my dad used to. Not anymore, but he used to be able to just get a Coke and just chug it. I've never been able to do that. Not with carbonation anyway.
Dude, that was my friend. Like, literally, like, as soon as we cracked open the first one, I was busy giggling, so like I couldn't get it down. This man just gets it, cracks it, and just downs it. And this is like a Sprite ripoff. And I just look at him like, I did not know that you were capable of doing that. Like, just nothing. And every single time, you could not beat him unless you were able to, like, maybe be, like, 2 seconds behind his chugging.
No way.
Because he's a gamer, too, so it's like Mario Kart. He's like, I'm gone.
That does sound like fun with, like, you know, actual beer and playing Mario Kart and everything. And then I think I told you, like, you don't want to get, like, super hammered, right? Like, super, like, you know, where you're sloppy.
Yeah.
But I can see how it's fun, like, you know, if it's just your friends, it's every now and then. You get, like, you know, a nice buzz going or whatever. You just feel good, and then you're playing Mario Kart. I can see how that's fun.
Yeah.
But and then also like having like a halftime break.
Oh, you need it.
And then doing like, you know, grabbing like, you know, some food or something or whatever. Like I can see how it's fun. Yeah. So next time you do, let me know.
For sure.
We can have it here at my place.
Oh, it'll be so much fun. Did you not do it on an empty stomach? Because we were eating some dirty Chinese food throughout, and it saved us so much, especially the rice and the chicken, because it just like it filled our stomach. Because if it was just a soda, I was already burping enough. It was terrible. And then earlier in the day, we went to a driving range, and they had a putting course.
Oh, cool.
And the thing is, we made a bet where it's just like, okay, whoever does the most strokes has to take punishment. And I took the most strokes after like 3 rounds.
You guys are like degenerate gamblers without money.
Basically, like it's like the good kind where we're not losing. So they had to pick a drink for me, and I had like this all natural celery juice from like Trader Joe's. And like as soon as it started, I shook it, crack it open, downed it, but all the heavy like seed or whatever just floated to the top of it. So as soon as I was done, I was already feeling like sick from chugging it. I just got all of it. I was just like, perfect transition into. How does this opening go again? It's been like a month.
Bro.
I forget who opens it.
Coming to you from a dumpy little garage in the San Fernando Valley.
I'm Brandon. He's Ryan, and welcome to Bridging Otacos. There we go. As soon as you get like into it, it's like kind of muscle memory.
It really is.
Okay, so for you guys, again, it was probably a few seconds. For us, as you can see from the haircuts, hair changes, and everything.
Maybe even a shaved face. I don't know if they even had a beard last time, dude.
I don't know either. It's been like a month.
It's been a while. But the good thing about that is it's not blazing hot. I mean, it's still warm in the dumpy little garage. We got some new trinkets. I invested in some Dragon Balls for my dragons.
Hell yeah.
So I have one. I'll let Brandon explain why he picked the number he did. So Brandon is one of my dragons.
Hell yeah. So I have the 7th Dragon Ball. You may be wondering, why do I want the 7th Dragon Ball? The thing is like for the most part, whenever they're going, you can fact check me on this one, editor. For the most part, whenever they need to summon Shenron, they always need the 7th Dragon Ball. So it's always just that one that is always just like either in the winter or like the ice continent or whatever, that they're always like, okay, I guess we'll go grab them because we need to summon Shenron. So it's just like, yeah, I am the crux. I am just like, you need me for Shenron. I don't know. And as well as the number 7, it's the biggest number, and I'm like, I'll take the biggest number.
I'm gonna break your spirit here a little bit. Do they actually find them in order every time?
That's what I was trying to remember. I'm like, do they or do they not?
I don't think they do.
Whatever. You know what? I have the biggest number. I don't know. I just like the number 7 because as well, it's like very symmetrical.
And then, yeah, as you can tell from the empty spot, you probably know which one I have. Number 4. And if you are a true otaku, you will know why I have number 4. I don't need to explain it.
No. But for those of you who need it, editor, I'll put it on screen now.
And mine is actually on my keys, so you'll have a nice little titanium keychain there unless I can hide it.
Yeah, mine I hang on my
boom.
On my
So
card.
we have 7 Dragon Balls, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And Brandon is one of my dragons. I don't know. I just kind of had this idea where I'm like, I want something to symbolize the closest people to me. I want to give one to my wife, but she's like, if you want to. I'm like, well, if you don't understand why I'm giving it to you, I mean, you already have a wedding ring.
I was gonna say, I'm like, sure, you got a ring on that finger, right? So it's just like,
I'm like, you're lucky there's not a Dragon Ball in the wedding ring.
It's just an orange diamond.
You're right? Hey. Collaboration, jewelers.
There we go.
Anyway, yeah, that's definitely. So I want to give them to the 7 people that I know. If those people are in the vicinity or they're in the same room with me, all 7 of us are in the same room, I could pretty much wish for anything to happen.
Ah.
Right?
Yeah.
These are the people I can count on, like do or die. Right? So that's what it symbolizes. Which is why my wife should get one.
Yeah.
But if she doesn't get why I'm doing it, then it's kind of like, okay, well, you're already you're half of me already, so.
Yeah, so it's just like,
you know,
honey, I love you. It's just like with the boys.
Do you really want to be a dragon though? They're very ugly.
Actually, no. Well, I was gonna say, look at not Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom Zelda, because spoiler alert for anybody that hasn't played it. I haven't played it either. All I know is that Zelda turns into a dragon in Tears of the Kingdom.
I haven't played, like, I played the first Zelda like ever on N64, and that was pretty much it.
They have it. Oh, the golden cartridge.
Yeah.
They have it on the Nintendo store that you could just buy it.
I don't buy games in digital copy. They have to be in cartridge. I have to physically be able to hold it.
Okay, I can see where you're coming from because I do the same exact thing with manga. So it's just like, I was gonna say, I'm like, you could just still play it. You could buy it. Oh, I was gonna say you could just buy it as the hard copy, and then you just buy it digitally. So you're just like, okay, I have the hard copy, but I can still play the game conveniently.
The only thing I've ever played that's not in physical format is Fortnite. Like it's on my Switch, and I play it. I'm decent at it.
Build or no
I don't. No build. Building's for weasels, dude. Like
building's for sweats.
Buildings, so you just throw a fire can at them and they're done.
Crank 90s.
Like I don't know. Like the whole building aspect of it is just like it's too. I get the whole idea, like you're building a fort, right? But it's too. There's too much going on, and I think for me at least, it takes away from the extremely creative gameplay that they've developed in that open world. For example, I don't buy anything in these games because that's the whole game. That's the way that they get you, right? And I don't like being got, so I play everything for free.
Right.
Granted, if something is worth it, I will pay for it, obviously.
Yeah.
But I have not every skin I have, every glider, everything I've earned in game or like through tournaments or whatever, right?
Right.
For those of you, obviously we're Dragon Ball fans. Did you play Fortnite when they had the whole Dragon Ball thing going on? It put them back on the map as like one of the #1 games in the world.
Yeah, because of all these collaborations. I have not played Fortnite since I want to say the Cube. And
oh wow!
So that's like chapter
that old?
6.
It's that old?
Yeah,
that was old. My water bottle. That's nothing over. But yeah. That computer being off is giving me anxiety for sure.
Just his electrical lava lamp. But as you were saying, so
it's hydrogen water.
Oh, it's a fancy lava lamp. But as you were saying, put it back on the map.
Hold on, I'm drinking some water.
There we go. Yeah. Ah,
there you go.
I got it. He's hydrated water.
I have to. For those of you who don't, well, I'm not gonna say what is going in the background going on right now.
A white canvas.
White canvas is going on right now. Yeah. Still haven't painted it because we're Latinos.
Yeah, we'll get it done eventually. Not right now, but like later.
We can't have a nice garage. It's a dumpy little garage.
Exactly. This will be nice. That'll be Latino.
Brittany's like, hey, can you at least like put a cover on that?
What if we get like a little anime like cover on it?
I've never seen them.
Or you could like get a sticker and you could like paste it on there.
Maybe.
Or what if we get like a anime nightlight?
That'd actually be pretty funny.
That would be pretty funny. Have a little anime nightlight.
But what was I saying? Oh,
Fortnite.
So yeah, tangent, but we gotta get to our topic. But anyway, I played it. I'm right now. I am a battle damage stormtrooper, flying, and I earned flying on the Shenron glider.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, it makes no sense at all.
I'm hearing that. I'm like, cool. All I remember is the basic skin, and the first umbrella I got was from season 2.
Yeah, I earned in gameplay the Shenron glider. I've had people message me to buy the glider off of me. I'm like,
really?
Yeah. Because you can buy it in store. But it's pretty pricey because you have to. It was a little bit of a commitment to get that thing, but I was like, dude, I can ride on Shenron.
You're like, I gotta get it.
So I did all the quest stuff.
And then
that's what they call it.
Yeah, and then they've done My Hero Academia, they've done Naruto, they've done Demon Slayer, I think, too.
Dude, like, I want to like the Naruto stuff in there, but it's kind of like, like, it's not as, like, when you Kamehameha...
You feel it.
In Fortnite, dude, it's awesome. Mm-hmm. It's just, like, they did a good job. Like, like, it's just such it's literally, it's a legendary weapon, right? Mm-hmm. So you get it, and when you use it, it just demolishes anything. Like, whatever. Yeah, they're in a car, they're in a building, it doesn't matter. It's just gone. It just destroys it, dude. The other one that's good was Deku's Smash.
Oh, okay.
His Smash was good, dude. It definitely smashes. Like, it's good.
You know what I find super funny? You're the older one. I'm the younger one. You're the Fortnite player, and I'm not.
Only because it has anime aspects to it.
True.
Because if it was just an FPS with, like, building capabilities, like, I'd be like, it's kind of like Counter-Strike, like, with less realism.
True.
You know?
I can see that.
Anyway, I digress. We're not talking about games today.
Gaming is another day.
Yeah.
That's a different otaku sphere we will go into.
Big one.
But,
yeah,
as we said last time, or I said last time, we said last time. Anyways, animated 3x3s, and we are on our second column, so right now we are going to be going through numbers 2, numbers 2, 4, what would be next? 8?
8.
Yeah, 2, 4, 8.
2, 4, 8. And we're going to keep it short and sweet, but not too short. We'll still explain ourselves.
Yeah.
But we don't want to take a ton of time either. We have other topics we want to get to in the podcast and everything. We might even cut this down. I don't know.
Probably.
We'll see.
Editor will make edits. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But do you want to go with your number 2 first?
Sure. I'll do my number 2.
The little one is still asleep.
The little one is sleeping.
Yes.
He is sleeping very good right now.
That is very good for us. Sounds like Borat. Oh, very nice. Or is that Borat that says that?
I don't know. I was doing a...
I know you're doing like a Russian.
I was not doing Russian.
Oh,
never mind. I'm going to say what I was doing now. Okay. Number 2. So for me, my number 1 was Naruto, which, to be honest, it kind of annoys me that there's not a lot of cool memorabilia for Naruto.
It's always like knockoffs.
Well, I mean, like, that's the only thing I really have that I enjoy having.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can get Dragon Ball, so cool, right? But Dragon Ball Z is not. It's not until number 6 on my list, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the Akira Toriyama is a genius, right? He knows how to design stuff that is marketable, right? You could buy a Dragon Ball, you could buy, a Capsule Corp stuff, right? And it'd be like, okay, it's kind of real, right? It's kind of something I can get behind. Right?
You can slap the logo on something and it will make sense.
Whereas Naruto, again, it's extremely creative and it's my number 1 because of the story and the anime, but the marketability of it, like, I really don't care to have a kunai hanging behind me, and the headbands, not my vibe.
Yeah, then you see like the hidden leaf patch or like the different.
It's okay.
Yeah, different villages. You're just like, it works.
Like Pokemon, if I got the original badge, which I want. Imagine real metal original Indigo League badges.
Dude, people probably have made that on Etsy.
That's so sick, dude. And like in a rollout soft mat or something, like where it's like you actually went and got them right now.
Ooh.
That's sick.
That would be.
Right? What in Naruto can you do that for?
Naruto, again, it's not... The only thing I can think of is like an Ichiraku ramen bowl.
Okay, but still, that's not something you can carry. Like, you know, you can't put on your keychain. You can't, you know, it's not something that's like...
Something that you can show off.
Bring into the real world. You know what I mean? Like... Let me get into this, okay? Because I could go... We could talk... Another episode would be good about, like, marketing and memorabilia stuff and, like, like what we think is, like, good memorabilia and what we consider to be just a toy.
Ooh, then you'll see a lot of figures that I own.
Yeah, he's a figure guy.
Yeah.
I'm more of a... I guess... Memorabilia is still what you have, too, though. I guess I'm more of a... How can I incorporate this... Like, there's not even a word for it, but like realism, I guess.
Yeah.
Like more on the realistic side.
I know the word, but it's just escaping me. But
like for example, just if there was, you know how Kame's house, the lookout, in Dragon Ball is like on a pole that goes up to the sky. Mm-hmm. So I've had this idea where I'm like, I could sell it as a bird bath.
That would
actually a pole goes up, water, Kame's house, Kame's lookout.
We gotta patent that.
Right?
Just patent it before someone's just like,
literally, because I know about manufacturing, it's literally just injection concrete molding or injection plastic molding if you want, I mean concrete if you want to be more natural, but whatever, right? It's like I said, there's realism to that. Like, I also had this idea of making my shed in the backyard, the Kame house.
Oh, that would actually look pretty dang cool.
Right? And then like kind of like a little like island around it or whatever.
Just a little moat looking thing.
That'd be sick.
That would be. The marketability of anime, it is a plethora.
It is. And I really think that they really, like, they actually tell these creators now to be like, hey, we like the anime, we like it, the way it's going, whatever. Now we need you to change your story a little bit so we can market stuff.
Yeah, they do.
Right? Which I feel like my number 2 is Demon Slayer. Right? Why is Demon Slayer my number 2? Because it's the only thing that has come out in the modern era that gives credit to the old art styles, right? And also gives credit to the new 3D animation style with its action scenes, right?
Right.
Now I'm talking about season 1.
I was gonna say mainly season 1 had, and then
season 1
shonen after.
Before they changed his scar and everything, that art, and I'm an art guy. Okay, I've never seen anything like it. I'm sure someone will educate me and be like, "Oh, well, they got it from this old style, you know, tapestry, whatever."
Right.
That's fine. But that's what I'm saying. They give credit to that form of art, right?
That design.
Where his scar looks like animation, right? But it looks realistic, right? Nezuko looked like an actual like girl, right? Her eyes weren't overblown. Tamioka, I liked how thank God they didn't change his eyes into shonen eyes. They still left them somewhat realistic, right? And even Brittany was like, I like Tamioka. I like the way they drew him, like the way they designed his character, because he looks like an authentic, I would say, Japanese traditional person. Right? Whereas a lot of these animes, I mean, to be honest, Goku and Naruto, to me, they look like they're based off of Caucasians. They don't look Japanese.
No, not for the most
part.
Right,
like their face structure, their eye shape, whatever it may be, right?
Right.
Now, I'm not saying every Japanese person has to look the same, but there is a distinct style. They're like, why blonde hair? Why the super light skin? Why the colored eyes?
Yeah.
Right?
Now, something different than their norm.
Exactly.
Hence why, like, if you look at a lot of other character designs, always crazy funky hair.
Yeah.
And then, like, different colored eyes, and it's just, like, all that really different things to make them pop and stand out.
Yeah. So that was number 1, why I liked that's my number 2, because of the art style, and because it gives homage to traditional Japanese just vibe and look, right? The buildings, architecture, being around nature, training in the woods, all that. I love his training when he first learned water breathing is 1,000 times better than the Hashira training arc.
As soon as the training, I'm like, and the Hashira.
Like, I'm just like, I want to like this, right? Like, I want to, because it's my number 2. But I'm like, I can't get behind this new season, dude. Like, I just can't. Like, it doesn't progress the story in any way other than they just shoved him through training.
Yeah, because it's like, do you think he's already too strong for where he is when he enters the Hashira training arc, for the Hashira training arc, to actually be of better use to him? Because he's already taking on demons that Hashiras in the past have been struggling with.
Let me ask, well, I would say no. He's not too strong, but not that they don't elaborate, they don't specifically emphasize that he's very imperfect. Mm-hmm. Okay, so he could use fire breathing. So he could use the the Kamaga. He'll look it up and put it on the bottom. Kamaga Kagura dance or something like that. I should know because I'm number 2. But here's the thing: is I've lost interest in like the investment in like the fan base, I guess, stuff. Yeah. Right. Like I don't care what the dance is called because I don't care for the storyline right now. Mm-hmm. Right. He's supposed to. Obviously, they're supposed to fight Muzan, mm-hmm. right? And it's like, okay, so his training arc was he went and got a sword, which looks kind of cartoonish now, right? Yeah. Red with a flame. It's like a hot rod. Seriously, like it's like some dude's tacky hot rod that like, oh, they got a sword and they put some flames on it, like.
Have you actually ever seen the videos of the guys that will like actually light swords on fire as they're swinging and they will like make the string behind it?
No.
Have you never seen those videos? Dude, those things, I'll show you later. And then if I can put it...
okay, I'm assuming it's cool, right?
Dude, it is awesome when you see him just like swing it.
Okay, that's... No, I'm not saying the actual fire dance he's doing and when he actually lights up the sword on fire. I'm talking about... Did you see the new arc?
No.
Okay, his sword is literally red with flames on it.
Oh. Different than when it was actually just the coat rather than just the design.
The only sword I think he should have just kept is that black sword.
Oh right, it was black at the beginning.
Okay, so it broke, and then it just now doesn't matter because they're making a big deal about it too. Like, oh, it's special, it's this and that, right? It's interesting. There's something different about you, right? We don't know why, and then he breaks it, and he just gets a new sword.
And it's supposed to be the same metal, so it would have the same effect, would it not?
It's well, no, okay, and that's the other thing too.
Second favorite anime. Now
it's my second favorite anime because of season 1. Okay, now I'm telling you guys why it's not my number 1. I guess.
Yeah.
And this is why. Whoever decided, oh, this is gonna make money, but we need to change this, and this. Mm-hmm. They're trying to market swords. Okay, toy swords to kids. So what kid wants a dull, simple black sword? They don't care. They want a sword that's red with flames on it.
Yeah,
or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. Or whatever it may be, if something more flamboyant or something that is like, oh, distinctly different, like Pokemon. You like Blastoise because he's blue. Mm-hmm. You like Charizard because he's red and a dragon. Like they're very different, right?
And then poor little Bulbasaur.
Yeah, Bulbasaur is the forgotten third child.
Bulbasaur is the youngest. No, he's the middle child.
I don't think anyone ever said like, and I'm sorry if we did. Bulbasaur is my favorite. It's like, oh, you're weird. Like he's like basically like a elephant with a plant on his back. Like
that's true. I actually saw like designs from like his first gen, the first time his car was released to like as of recent, and he's gone from like super grumpy to like actually very happy. It's like the funniest little thing. Just a happy little plant.
Anyway, so let me land the plane here. It's my number 2 because of season 1. It's not my top 1 because of the way it's been progressing. So much so that even my wife, she likes anime, but she's not like a big fan like how me and you are.
Right.
She loved Demon Slayer when we first saw the first season. She's like, oh, she was excited to watch. I'm like, cool, I can watch with her now. And now, because of what they're doing to the anime, it's like she's like,
it just died off.
Like, who cares? And then they really ticked us off on the second to last movie, the one after Mugen Train. Mm-hmm. We went to go watch it in theater, paid money, everything, and it was literally just a recap of the whole entire season that we had just watched. And she was sitting there like, she was like, I'm never paying for another movie that they make again, even if it's like not
the kind of recap.
The recap series, right?
Sorry to tell you, but I think I heard that this the Infinity Castle arc is going to be 3 movies.
No, I know it is. I heard that.
Yeah.
Which is, again, I'm just going to say, I think it's insanely lazy and stupid.
Yeah.
Okay? Because then they're gonna go, oh, if you want more context, read the manga.
Well,
right?
okay.
But it's like, which I agree. But at the same time, you're alienating your animation fan base.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I get like, yes, like I would never recommend Harry Potter books to anyone that's watched the movies because it's gonna be way different than what the movies are.
Yeah,
and the movies are good, but they're not great. The books are great. The Harry Potter books are great. They're a great story. I don't agree with everything in them, but they're good. They're very, very well written. Right? I have a feeling that's what happened to Demon Slayer, but the vice versa. Like,
well, here's the thing, actually, because I had to do this for a project, so I dug into Crunchyroll's finances. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, Crunchyroll is owned by Sony, and for Sony in their movie...
What in Japan is not owned by Sony? It's Nintendo.
Here's the funny thing. So Crunchyroll in Japan is owned by Sony Music, and then the States is owned by Sony. Sorry, Aniplex is owned by Sony Music. Crunchyroll is owned by Sony.
Whatever.
It's a weird like differential, but anyway.
Like I know, and there's so many like I don't know, I don't get how like so many people can have their fingers in a pot, and then like things still get done somehow. I don't know, whatever.
But the thing is, going into the financial record, their entertainment, section, they were only in the green because of Crunchyroll subscriptions and U.S. theatrical releases. Well, I mean, so that's probably why they're going back into it, because they're like, oh, okay, this is what kept us in the green. We'll put it back into the theaters. People were watching it. Like, I remember Infinity, or
But how can you logically think that that's a good idea?
Money. It's literally just the money.
Did it really make them money again?
Yeah. Like because
they tricked everybody, that's why.
Yeah, that's the thing. The train movie, the name is blanking for me right now. Mugen Train, thank you. That broke so many records.
Well, Mugen Train was awesome.
Exactly. So then people are going to be like, okay, we're going to expect another movie of the same caliber. It says that it's making money. So nowadays, most corporations seems like, okay, is it printing money? Cool. The fan base isn't okay with it? They'll still think about it. I think Crunchyroll is better than something like, let's say, LucasArts with Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah.
Like, the amount of stuff that has happened that hasn't been good since she's been in control, and fans are like, we don't like this. She's just like, no, you guys are just...
Let's just say out of 10, she's gotten like two hits.
Yeah.
And they're not continuing.
Mm-mm.
Like, what happened to Obi-Wan? Obi-Wan was a good spinoff.
They just wanted to...
Anyway, we can't see why we never finished.
Okay, so Demon Slayer, that's what I've said you with that.
Yeah. So that upset me, so that's why it's number 2. Another reason why I like it is I like Tanjiro's character. I like that he's not OP. I know he's stronger than everyone else in his kind of timeline, but he's not a Hashira.
No.
So that's why I say he's not overpowered.
He has a lot of...
He's Gohan.
Oh, there you go.
He has a ton of latent potential, right?
Yeah.
And we don't know why.
It's just because.
Yeah, it's just because, which is fine.
Wait, I think I remember things in the manga. Obviously, I won't spoil if I remember anything that's in the manga that's further on.
The Demon Slayer manga?
Yeah, I finished that like 2 years ago.
Okay.
I have all of it, but it's not here with me.
I mean, to be honest, I don't care. You can tell me off camera if you don't want to spoil it for the fans, but
I'll be polite.
But I kind of want to know, because I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, why are they? It's like they left out to sea with like on this grand adventure, and then now they're like literally like all hands on deck, everyone paddle. We need to get to shore. Like we need to like finish this. Like why not? If you're gonna milk it in a good way.
It's right? Kind of like that scene of Pirates of the Caribbean with like Jack Sparrow. You're like, oh yeah, it's all majestic, and then you see him come into port, and it just.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's like.
It's not like the same context where you're like, oh my gosh, this is like super funny. You're just like, dude, this thing is barely afloat.
That'd be the perfect meme.
Dude,
for the Demon Slayer, the way that they're bringing out these episodes. If now they might say to themselves, if they make 3 amazing movies and just call it a trilogy. Okay, cool. Yeah, great, fantastic.
Because they're just covering that arc.
Like, yeah, but like, we got to in my number one in my Naruto one, you got to see his progression into what he became. Granted, we missed we never saw his training with Jiraiya.
No.
And we never saw his training more or less with Kakashi either.
Well, Kakashi most of the time spent time with Sasuke, but
yeah,
still.
which we never saw that either.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know. To me, I would write that in because it shows, like, you see Goku's training, right?
Yeah.
Which is a big
element
within Dragon Ball, and why, I mean, so many, you're an athlete, you've worked out. Mm-hmm. Anyone that's worked out knows Goku.
Yeah.
Because he's like the imaginary idol for anyone that's like, if I just think like Goku, no matter how tired I am, I can keep going. Mm-hmm. Even though it's not realistic, you will collapse.
Yeah, you're just like, handle it.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, it gives you, like, no other anime does it like Dragon Ball as far as training arcs go. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, that's why I have Tomioka here and not Tanjiro. Because Tomioka, to me, is, in my mind, what the style of who he is, his character type, and the architecture of what's around him, and the illusion and the mystery behind them, is why I like Demon Slayer in the first place.
Okay.
So that's why. Yeah.
Yeah, because very good character.
And the animation is great. The animation is great.
Oh, it
the
carries
action
so much.
The action scenes rival, if not, there are some action scenes I would say are better than Dragon Ball. Just for the simple fact that I don't consider any of them, even the Hashiras, I don't consider any of them overpowered. Yeah. The only one that's overpowered, I would say, is Muzan, but that's relatable because he's
been alive for how many years?
He's basically an ancient, right? Which, in that type of world and power structure, the older you are, the stronger you are.
Exactly.
So on to you.
So you go from shonen, something that there's very intensity, to then my number 2 is the quintessential quintuplets.
Which I have. To be honest with you, I don't know what that is, man.
I know. That's the funny thing. You're just like, oh, we know exactly what this is, and then I just come out of left field, just skirting, being like, oh yeah, second favorite anime of all time.
That's why it's great, though. We get different takes on everything, man.
Rom-com harem anime.
Rom-com harem. So romantic comedy, female?
No. So a harem anime is when there's one male protagonist and then there's many female love interests that are all.
Okay. So he's a playboy.
Not necessarily. So.
Well, he's what a playboy would want. A bunch of girls after him, basically.
Well, actually, I will explain to you very quickly the synopsis of the quintessential quintuplets. So basically, as you.
Well, no. I'm asking like what in general, just a harem, not.
Harem. It honestly depends from character to character. Like if you go from high school DxD with Issei, he wants to be a playboy. He's like, oh yeah, no. I want all these girls to care about me. I want harems. Anybody else watch High School DxD, you know. But with this one, I'm forgetting one of the main characters' names. The guy, what's his name? My brain's completely blanking. But anyway, so what it comes to is he goes to school and he starts tutoring the 5 quintessential quintuplets, so the 5 sisters, because they are failing out of school, and he is the smartest kid in school.
So he's their tutor?
He's their tutor, and he has no romantic interest. He's like, I just need money because my family is poor. I'm just going to tutor you guys.
Is he their, what do they call it? Oh my god, I'm blanking on the word too, man. They're elder.
Senpai?
Senpai, yeah.
No, they're all in the same class.
Okay,
so it's literally, they're just all in the same class.
I know that's a trend with a lot of these animes, is like,
yeah,
the younger girls are like always like, oh, senpai, and it's like,
and then they love them. Yeah. Oh, what's his name? I'm literally blanking. It's Futaro. There we go. Futaro. That's his name. But
main character.
Main character
in this one. Okay.
Yeah, that's the guy. And then you have the 5 sisters. You have Ichika, Nino, Miku, Yotsuba, and Itsuki. That's all the 5 sisters. And the reason why
they're also related to each other.
They're quintuplets.
So 5. So they're 5 sisters and they all like him?
They all like him. Not all at the same time. The dynamic that begins off is tutor-student relationship.
Okay.
But as time goes on, each one of them starts to fall in love with him at different paces.
Okay. Alright.
It's not like they all immediately like him. Hell, one drugs him and throws him in his taxi and sends him home. Like she just puts some sleepy powder in his drink and then she's like, I hate you, just leave. I know. Literally just commits a felony.
I'm gonna have weird faces because I don't honestly understand relationship animations. Because to me, a relationship is the most realist thing you can have. Mm-hmm. So when you make it into for lack of a better word, cartoon animation or whatever it may be, it demeans it a little bit.
Right. But here's the thing. That is like a main plot point.
Yeah.
But it kind of gets put on the back burner. Okay. Just like, you're like, oh yeah, they're students, it's their tutor, yada yada, this and that. I explained that a lot better. This is like the second video I ever made on my channel because I love this series. And that's why it's like number 2. Because it's like it was the reason why I made my channel.
I think we forget that like we're not analyzing on this channel.
Yeah.
It's okay, dude. Just whatever. It's all good.
But that's the reason why it's number 2. It's the reason why I started my YouTube channel and like how everything is gone. It's like one of that big nostalgia factor, and 2, the characters are so rich in depth. All the sisters, like you're like, oh, they're quintuplets. They're gonna look the same. Act completely different.
Okay, that sounds cool because that's good writing.
Exactly. Like the oldest sister, she wants to be an actor. The second sister, she wants to be a chef. The third sister, she's still figuring out what she wants to do, but she also wants to be a chef, and she doesn't necessarily have the confidence to go and do what she wants, and she sucks at it.
Okay.
The fourth sister, Yotsuba, she's still figuring out what she wants to do.
Okay.
And then Itsuki, the fifth one, she wants to be like their mother who's passed away, and she wants to be like a teacher. Okay. She wants to follow in her mother's footsteps and be exactly like her. Like she tries to boss her other sisters around, tries to lead them.
Yeah.
That's the dynamic all of them have. They're so different. Like again, the actor is confident, goes out and gets what she wants. The second one, she's a tsundere type. So basically, it's like, I will hate you, but then if I start to like you and I want you in my inner circle, like, I will be the most loyal person ever.
You want to know how I know this is a complete fantasy anime? Because no one in Japan would ever have 5 kids.
The birth rate's
dude, they're literally begging people to have sex with it.
I know, they're just like, we need children, please.
Bring the Latinos. They'll solve your problem very quickly.
It's like, Sasuke, I got you. We got this. Each one of them has such an interesting dynamic throughout, and since you don't know the series, I'm going to spoil it a little bit. If you haven't watched it, watch it. I love it, and please, it's one of my favorites ever.
And if you don't want it to be spoiled, fast forward.
Yeah, I'll put a timestamp down below.
Well, apparently it's not fast forward, because Gen Z doesn't know what fast forward is.
Gen A. I'm Gen Z. So Gen Alpha.
Well, the younger Gen Z don't know what fast forward is.
I
you know because of what we said in the last episode because of your TV.
That is true.
But there's a lot of people that are going to watch this who are younger than you. And I'll be like, what the heck is fast forward? They'll be looking it up in like 2 seconds.
It's like, hey Google, what's fast forward mean?
So you have to go to the VCR, look that up, and you had to turn the dial to the right, and there was 3 arrows that went to the right. And it said F, R, W.
And then fast forward.
Fast forward.
And don't get confused with the 2 arrows and the line. That's skip.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the 2 arrows
or
fast forward.
The play with the 2 lines. That's pause.
Yes. I'm like, wait. Yeah, I'm like, wait. And I remember. Okay,
yeah, I forgot the combined button.
Yes.
It was play pause.
Yeah, you're just like... So...
Look at old times.
Old times. So many good things from back then.
Remember this sound?
Oh, yeah, what?
You're like, yeah, it's cool again.
It's rewinding. You have the blue screen too, and it just like
oh, mom and dad's wedding video. Oops.
It's just like, what's mom and dad doing over my Dragon Ball? Oh shoot! You pull out the tape. Frick.
That's what that faded thing said.
You're just like, Goku. What is?
Dude, I'm telling you, there's people who are like, yeah. People are like, what are they talking about?
I know. It was like I remember when I discovered that as a kid. Like I was going back and I'm just like, I had it stopped and I was just like on the blue screen. Funny. I was just like, what if I press this button? I just hear it. I'm like, did I break it? And then I just like press play. And I'm like, wait, why is this so much further in the movie? And I'm like, oh my gosh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it was such a fun discovery.
And then they came out with the DVDs that had chapters.
Yeah, and then Blu-ray, and then the special features, everything like that. Good old days.
You know what? When we finish this up, we'll put some DVD. Well, there's DVDs right here. Obviously. Like
just some discs.
Just some like actual real media content.
The whole Sailor Moon in VCR.
We'll be the first YouTube channel to produce our episodes on DVD and sell them physically. It's like sales is 0.
It's like, what? Who bought it? My mother. Oh, thanks, Mom. But
that's hilarious.
For the quintessential quintuplets, it's really special because I love the character arc that each one of them goes through.
Okay.
Like, again, they all fall in love with him at different times. Right. And the thing is, obviously, he ain't Mormon, so he's only going to pick one of them at the end of it. Because literally the first thing that you see in the anime is him at his wedding day with one of the sisters saying, wow, I can't believe how we got here. It's such a crazy ride. And since they're quintuplets, they all look exactly the same. They only differentiate the art style sometimes so that the audience knows. But in the manga and for the most part, they look exactly the same.
That's cool.
So you're looking at it and you're just like, wait, so who did he pick? How did what happened? And trying to figure it out.
That would actually be a really good live action rom-com. Mm-hmm. It would. Like I'm not I'll watch rom-coms because my wife likes them and everything. I don't seek them out. Mm-hmm. But if it's a good one, I'm like, I give it its credit. I'm like, yeah, it's good. That was a good one.
What about Hitch? Hitch is good. Hitch is great. Hitch is such a good one.
The only thing close to as good as Hitch is Click.
Dude, Click made me cry as a kid.
Yeah, I did.
When he's in the hospital and he just lands on the floor, I was crying. I'm like, why am I crying?
Adam Sandler does not get the credit he deserves for being a emotional actor. Mm-hmm. He is. Well, I guess you have to be emotional to make you laugh like that. Like, you have to understand what people are feeling, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's a very, in my opinion, high caliber emotional actor.
Yeah.
And that's just not his moneymaker, though.
Yeah, because he gets typecast for the comedy, and again...
he produces his own stuff, dude. He's one of the biggest producers, he's if not the biggest producer in Hollywood.
And they're brilliant. They're good, fun movies that you always will pop on. You're like, okay, I know I'm going to be busting your gut laughing.
Adam Sandler anime would be kind of funny.
It would be.
It would. It really would. Even just seeing him in anime form with his... That'd be pretty funny.
The Waterboy anime.
Oh my gosh, dude. Might be onto something here.
There we go. It's just like, Mr. Sandler, we got a pitch for you.
Yeah,
listen.
Exactly. I like it. Do it. How?
It's just like, we'll get back to you on that one. It's just like, it's like, yeah, we'll be in contact with you. We'll send you over the stuff. Hangs up the phone. What the hell are we going to do?
Exactly.
It's just like, just figure it out.
But for something obviously it's not my type of anime, right? Mm-hmm. As you're explaining, I'm like, I probably wouldn't gravitate towards it. But Brittany might.
Honestly, I'll
only if it's God honest, actually good, well written, and there's not when you hear 5 girls, 1 guy, you automatically assume tons of fan service.
When I think about it. Not necessarily, no. It's one of the, cleaner ones. There's, every once in a while I have, a little tiny piece, but then you'll just be there and you're like, I don't know, it feels like, okay, it either makes sense or you're kind of like, yeah, it's a little spoiled.
You mean not like that stupid cooking anime?
I watched,
Food Wars? 30 seconds of it, I was like, what the heck?
Same. I put on Food Wars, I'm like, fam, I can't. I tried. I was like, no, I don't care.
If you haven't picked it up yet, I hate fan service. Mm-hmm. In my book, it takes away from the creative, intellectual, and narrative that is in an anime.
Like the stereotype of the beach episode.
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah, exactly. They'll have a beach episode. They'll just have to copy Top Gun for some reason.
Just see them out there with the football or the volleyball.
What they're doing. It's just they switch to the volleyball instead of football.
Honestly, I'm really curious if Grand Blue did a parody on that. Because Grand Blue, it would make sense for beach episodes because it takes place by the coast. And it's a college, esque, university anime. Yeah. So it's just okay, we'll have those kind of jokes, you know what you're coming in for. It makes sense.
Which is one of the reasons why Demon Slayer is, went like this for me. Roller coaster. Mm-hmm. Because of the Nezuko fan service stuff that they popped in for, no reason.
Yeah.
I was like, really?
Yeah.
The only powerful female in the entire anime, and you have to do that?
You have to make her lewd?
Technically, she's still a child.
Yeah. You're just like,
It's come on, man. Grow up.
Exactly. You're just like,
yeah.
It's when you think about it. It's and then as well, the lollies when they're just they're 4,000 years old. You're just like, okay, I don't see it, but whatever.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
It works sometimes as a punchline because you're just like, it's funny. But then when they overindulge in it, you're just like, okay.
People are going to be like, you like Dragon Ball, the fan service. Yeah. In the 70s, Dragon Ball would probably have been that's why they didn't air it on like regular primetime television. Mm-hmm. Like you could literally see Goku's junk.
Yep.
Right?
Or as well when with Bulma, where it's just like, oh, the balls. It's like, it's like they stole your balls, Bulma. And it's just like, oh, this is the woman.
Which I get. There's the comedic aspect to it, right? Comedians do that all the time in America. I'm not saying that it's like, oh, you do it, you're stupid. I'm saying that there's a limit.
Yeah.
Toriyama knew his limit, okay? Like, that was it. Like, at that, but like, there, and
don't get it wrong, we're not above childish jokes. Like, when he got the Dragon Balls, we were laughing our asses off, like, making jokes about that.
Yeah, we were. We're not above that. Like, you know, but there is a time and place for it, and having it just thrown into any, like, anime for, like, no apparent reason.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Like, if it's with the vibe and it's like, okay, you know what you're coming in for, it makes sense. If it just is thrown at you randomly, it's like, okay, you're like, I don't get it, but...
Whatever.
Yeah. But the series, no, for the most part, it doesn't do that. Okay. And the character writing is intelligent, especially going in from season 1 to season 2. And the thing is, you're just like, oh, I think this girl's gonna win. I think she's gonna win. Like, it's not like, oh, okay. It's like, oh no, a transfer student comes in, starts, hates the main character, they eventually fall in love, and then you have the freaking childhood best friend with blue hair. Oh no, she's gonna lose. Like, there's that, like, stereotypical, like, rom-com thing.
Which is a formula they know works, which is why they keep doing it. Which
exactly.
Is one of the only gripes I have with the anime industry. It's like there's like
Beating
they follow formulas, like they follow the data, like you were saying, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead, finish. I have a point, and it involves Evangelion because of that same reason.
I'll think about it, but I'll see. But anyways,
yeah.
So it actually, each character, it feels like actual relationship, like, building. And it just, like, it actually feels like just like a normal thing. You're just like, okay, after time, you can see how they're starting to get to know each other, like, the thing is, Futaro, like, he's not just like, oh, no, like, I'm doing nothing. Like, for example, when the second sister, Nino, drugs him, he's just like, okay, what the heck? Like, he, like, confronts her, and, like, he actually seems to have a personality with each sister. Like, with Nino, he's harsher, but he's like, okay, but I know that's kind of how you are, so I'll act tougher and cooler. And then with Miku, who's the shy, not really confident one, he'll talk softly and, like, kind of take the reins on it. With Yotsuba, she's an absolute golden retriever, so he'll, like, go with it how it is. Ichika's, like, the older sister, where she's, like, very flirty, and he's like, okay, I kind of get overwhelmed by this. And then the youngest one, she'll act like a youngest sister sometime, and he'll, like, dog on her for that, and then she'll act like the older one, and it's just, like... You see how the different dynamics between all of them.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yes?
You can cut this out if you want. Or you can leave it in.
What's the question?
How in the world can you see all of that in an anime? You can tell the character...
No, I know where this is going!
Okay. No! But you can't tell when a girl likes you in real life.
Because I am blind!
You're telling like, oh, they're different. He's one way with one girl, one way with another. That's literally what you have to do to date someone, dude.
You put me on blast on my there.
FYI, ladies, I'm not available.
As of time of this recording.
Brandon is available.
Hi. Cause I don't know. I'm oblivious.
Clueless.
I am so clueless. Like, oh my gosh, you can hit me with a truck. You can hit me with Truck Kun that says I like you. Also be like, I think they're being polite.
Let's just put it this way. He has a hard time, and like he's a great guy, but he has a hard time noticing obvious cues.
Yeah. Like,
I guess, for lack of a better analogy, reading the room. Maybe, right?
Sometimes this is the thing. I suck at reading the room, but I'm really good at understanding complex signals. Like, I could tell somebody's, like, emotional state and, like, what they might be in their vibe from, like, looking at something. I'm like, okay, I can pick it up, but if it's just, like, basic stuff, I'm like, I don't get this.
That's why you hate parties.
I hate... Oh, my God. If I was at a party and I saw that little fluff ball in the corner over there, I'm going to the fluff ball. Unless, if I know nobody there and there's no topics that I'm gelling with and there are too many people and it's too loud, I'm just like, ha ha, Irish goodbye, I'm out.
And then if a girl came up and was like, oh, that dog's cute, he'd be like, yeah, he's really cute, leave me alone.
I wouldn't be like, no, leave me alone. I'd be like, yeah, this looks really cute. And I like pay more attention to the dog than the chick. And I'd just be like, you are my comfort zone.
If you pay more attention to the dog than the chick, that's a leave me alone signal.
And like that's the thing too. Like I'll like hang out with other people and we'll do certain activities and a girl I like will be there. And it's like, oh, you should take the time to like talk to her. I'm like, yeah. But we're playing a sport. I want to play the game.
If you put this in, we're gonna leave this in the comments. Is that just being awkward, or is that not knowing how to communicate?
Or third option, is it just a touch of the tism, meaning autism?
No, no, you're not.
I want to test it.
He likes giving himself reasons why he doesn't do stuff. He gives himself excuses, so he diagnoses himself with nothing.
I diagnose you with stupid.
Oh my gosh. Like when I was hearing that, I was like, bro.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
But yes, so I can't understand. It's the 2D waifus, anyways. But I pick up on that, and then you see the characters' progression throughout the stories, and as well, like you see them making mistakes. Like for example, and again, I'm spoiling it. Since they all look alike, our main character Futaro, he cannot tell the difference unless like it is blatantly told. Like he's just like, oh, you're Nino. He's like, no, I'm Yotuba. And it's like, oh, it's Itsuki. No, I'm Ichika. Oh, Miku. No, it's a different sister. Okay. Like, and that's one of his arcs, like figuring out which sister is which. Like at one point, his family and their family happened to go to the same like vacation hotel onsen place. And so he's just like, okay, what are you guys doing here? And they all look exactly the same because it is their grandfather's establishment. And they're like, oh yeah, we're never going to change. We're all going to look the same. Like, don't worry, Grandpa. So he is literally there and he's like, I cannot tell anybody apart. And the grandfather tells him, it's like, no, you'll understand when you come to love them. Right. Like when you love somebody, you'll be able to tell the differences. And the first sister he realizes is Miku. And Miku is like the first sister that actually shows interest in him.
Okay.
So he comes to understand that. He's like, wait, you look like Miku to me. And she looks like all her other sisters. So he eventually finds out who they are and what they look like. But before that, at this point, all the sisters like him. Okay. Except for the fifth one. The fifth one, I don't think ever really likes him.
Which is your dream?
That's not my dream. My dream is I want to find a girl that loves me and appreciates me for who I am, and I appreciate them for who they are.
Yeah, but you don't. There's no reason why you can't have 5 interested in you, and you obviously end up with 1.
That is true. Okay, true. I'm like, okay, 5. I'm like, I think that's too much pressure. I'm just like, I like somebody.
Just because, and this is just life. Mm-hmm. Just because more than one person likes you doesn't mean you have to date all of them.
What if I move to Utah?
Oh.
I can't even handle 1. Anyways. So, what the oldest sister, Ichika, does, since she is an actress... Nice. You're putting me on blast. Anyway.
Oh, no. So, I'm just messing with you like a brother.
I know, that's why. It's the funniest thing.
It's all in fun.
Oh, no. It's all in good fun and good humor.
Like, he could literally talk crap about, like, my insanely horrible physical fitness right now.
We ran 1.5 miles. My man was winded, injured. He's like, I'm falling apart. I'm just like...
Hey, are there any sports enemies on here?
Oh, and actually,
I don't have one.
I don't have one either. I was thinking Haikyuu. I haven't watched Blue Lock yet because that's a whole
different category though.
Yeah,
we'll do that.
Hajime no. Oh no, actually Hajime no.
Okay, different episode.
Different episode. We'll talk about sports.
Land your plane, brother.
Land my plane. Okay. Well, here's the thing. So Ichika, again, actress, so establishes it. They use that later on in the story, and she pretends to be one of the other sisters, and tries to wreck that sister's relationship with Futaro to make hers better. But the thing is, at that point, he's starting to know who is who, and he literally calls her out. It's like, Ichika, why you do this? She's like, no. She's like, no, I'm Miku. And it's like, no, you're not. And you're just like, oh my gosh. You actually see this whole character progression going through, and you see each one of them making mistakes, understanding different things.
It's the hood. Sorry.
It's like, pew! Pew! It's like, oh, we got ventilation now.
Air.
But you see each one of them, how they progress throughout the story. You see Ichiga come to terms with her flaws and just being like, okay, what I did was wrong, I gotta grow past that. Nino eventually coming to like Futaro, and you know that, oh, she hated him originally because he was ruining their family dynamic, and she didn't want her family to be separated. And then she comes to understand, you know what, people change, time changes, but those who love you are still around. Miku, she starts off super self-conscious, no confidence, doesn't do anything, very shy and quiet. Towards the end of it, she's standing up to her other sisters that she's having arguments. She's being confident to tell Futaro that she likes him. She's very bold on it, and she keeps pursuing things that she wants to do even though she can't.